All right, today we're going to build something that could seriously change how you run your online business, a smart AI assistant for your Facebook page. We're going to turn your messenger from just a simple chat window into an intelligent 24/7 customer service powerhouse. Okay, if you run a business online, you know this feeling, right? The same questions again and again. Answering them is obviously crucial for sales, but wow, it is so repetitive and it just eats up your time. But what if, imagine having an intelligent agent working for you, like around the clock? And I'm not talking about a simple bot that just scans for keywords. I'm talking about an assistant that can actually understand the meaning behind what your customers are asking and reply in a natural way, just like a real person. Well, that's exactly what we're building today. Okay, before we jump in and start building, let's quickly go over the super simple toolkit you're going to need. There are just 3 key things, and trust me, they're all really straightforward to get. First up, you'll need a Facebook page that you're an admin of. That's a must. Second, a Meta for Developers account, which is totally free to create. And last, an account with a tool called n8n. You can think of n8n as the engine that's going to connect everything and run our entire automation for us. All right, with our tools ready, it's time for the fun part, the build. We're going to connect everything together in 5 really clear steps. So let's take a look at the roadmap for our new AI assistant. So here's the game plan, the whole process in a nutshell. First, we'll create a Meta app. That's our foundation. Second, we'll get an access token. Think of it as a unique key. Third, we'll set up a webhook to create that communication channel. Fourth, the exciting part, we'll add the AI brain and tell it what to do. And finally, we'll set it up to send replies. See? A super clear path from start to finish. Okay, first things first, we've got to build that foundation, the Meta app. This app is basically the official bridge that's going to connect your Facebook page to the cool AI we're about to create. So to do this, you're going to head over to developers.facebook.com. You'll click on My Apps and then Create App. From the options that pop up, choose Other, and then select Business. Give your app a name, and once you're in the dashboard, just find the Messenger product and click Setup. Easy enough. All right, next up is the access token. And honestly, you can just think of this as the secret key. It's like a secure password that gives your new app permission to read and send messages for your Facebook page. So, inside your app's Messenger settings, you'll find the Access Token section. From there, you just select the Facebook page you want to automate and click Generate Token. A long string of characters is going to pop up. Now, this is super important. Copy that code immediately because we're going to need it in just a second. Now we need to build that bridge, right? The communication channel between Facebook and our AI. We do this with something called a webhook, which is kind of like a digital messenger. Anytime someone messages your page, the webhook instantly pings your workflow in n8n and says, hey, you've got a new message. So to get this all hooked up, pop over to your n8n account and add a Facebook Messenger trigger node. The first thing you'll do is paste in that access token you just copied from Meta. In return, n8n is going to give you a unique webhook URL. So you copy that new URL, go back to your Meta app, and paste it into the webhook section. And that completes the digital handshake between the two platforms. This next step, this is where the magic really happens. We're about to give our assistant its brain. We're going to connect an AI agent node and give it a system prompt, which is just a fancy way of saying a specific set of instructions that tells it who to be and what to do. Yeah, your system prompt is basically the AI's job description. You can get incredibly specific here. You can define its whole persona, like a friendly sales assistant. You can set its tone, and you can feed it critical info like product names and prices. The clearer your instructions are, the smarter your AI is going to be. And now for the final piece of our puzzle. The AI has processed the user's message, it's crafted the perfect reply, so the last thing to do is just send that reply back to the customer in Messenger. For this, we're just going to add one last node in our n8n workflow. It's called Facebook Messenger Response. You just connect it directly after the AI agent node. This takes whatever text the AI generated and sends it straight back to the user who messaged you. And just like that, the loop is complete. So, the system's built. But you might be thinking, okay, but how is this any different from a basic auto reply? Well, the answer is, it's a completely different league. It all comes down to true intelligence. And this slide, it really breaks it down, doesn't it? A standard bot on the left, it's just looking for keywords. If a user types something even slightly different, it just gets confused. Our AI agent on the right, though, understands context. So if a customer says, I want the one you showed before, the AI can actually figure out what they mean. And that leads to natural conversations, not those robotic dead ends. All right, of course, with tech, things can sometimes get a little wonky. So before we wrap this up, let's talk about a couple of super common hiccups and the easy fixes. So if messages just aren't coming through at all, 9 times out of 10, it's a simple copy-paste error. Just double-check that your access token and webhook URL are exactly right. Now, if the AI is giving weird or just wrong answers, the fix is usually in your system prompt. Just go back to step 4 and try making your instructions even more clear and direct. And just like that, there you have it. In 5 simple steps, you've literally built a tireless, intelligent employee that can handle your customer service 24/7. This frees you up to focus on, actually growing your business. It's a seriously powerful tool that can transform your day-to-day. So really, the final question isn't how do I build this anymore? It's what am I going to do with all this time I just got back? Are you going to develop new products, focus on marketing, or maybe, just maybe, get a little more sleep? The possibilities are now wide open.
So, how do you teach a super smart AI like ChatGPT all the unique, private stuff about your business? Well, today, we're going to do exactly that. We're going to build an AI with its very own custom-made brain.
I mean, think about it. These large language models, they can write poetry, they can explain quantum physics, but ask them about your company's vacation policy or your specific product pricing, they have absolutely no clue. So what happens when you try?
You got it. It just makes things up. In the AI world, we call this hallucination. And for a business, getting a confident-sounding but completely wrong answer about your own internal rules is, well, it's a total nightmare. So how do we fix this?
The solution is this really elegant technique called Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. And honestly, the best way to get it is with a simple analogy. Just think of it as giving your AI an open book exam. And that's really the heart of it. See, you're not trying to permanently retrain the whole giant AI model. No way. Instead, when you ask a question, the AI first looks up or retrieves the relevant pages from your company documents, and then it uses that specific info to generate the perfect answer. It's a game changer. And the best part, you can build this yourself with just 3 basic things: an automation tool like n8n, a special kind of database called a vector database. We're going to use Pinecone since it has a great free tier, and of course, your actual knowledge, like a company handbook in a PDF. All right, let's dive in and get our hands dirty. We're going to build this AI brain in 5 core steps, right inside n8. So here's our game plan. First, we feed the AI the document. Then, we chop it up into smaller, digestible pieces. Third, we store those pieces in the AI's new memory. Fourth, we connect that memory to the main AI. And finally, the fun part. We test it out. Let's get to step 1.
Okay, step 1 is super simple. Loading your document. Inside a tool like n8n, you'll just use a little building block called a node to read your file. This is where you literally hand the textbook, your company PDF or text file, over to the AI system.
Now, you can't just throw a 100-page document at an AI and expect it to work. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. So the next step is to use a text splitter. This is a smart tool that breaks your big document down into smaller, logical paragraphs or chunks that the AI can search through really fast.
Okay, pay attention, because this is where the real magic happens. We need to take all those little text chunks and store them in our vector database. Now, this isn't just copying and pasting. We're actually converting the text into a language that the AI can understand on a much deeper level.
This whole conversion process is called creating embeddings. You're basically turning words and sentences into a bunch of numbers or vectors. Think of it like turning a word into a coordinate on a giant map of meaning. This lets the AI understand the context and relationship between ideas, which is how it finds the perfect answer to your question. Now listen up. This is the most common place people get stuck, so I really want to call it out. After you've set up these first 3 steps, you have to actually run the workflow. You have to press the button. That's the part that actually loads your data into the database. Please don't skip this. Okay, step 4. We've got our data in the memory bank. Now we just need to connect it to the AI's brain. In your AI agent settings, you'll add a special tool that points directly to the database we just filled up. This officially gives the AI its open book for the exam. All right, deep breaths. The system is built, The brain is plugged in. This is the moment of truth. It's time to ask our new super smart AI a question that it could only know from the document we gave it.
And look at the difference. It's night and day. A generic AI gives you some vague, useless advice. But your AI, the one with the custom brain, pulls the exact answer word for word right from your document. It's precise, it's accurate, and it's actually useful.
Okay, so you've built this amazing thing. Now what? Where can you actually put this to work? Well, let's talk about some really powerful real-world uses.
Honestly, the possibilities are pretty much endless. Imagine a customer service bot that never has to say I don't know, because it's read every product manual. Or an HR assistant that's available 24/7 to answer tricky policy questions for your employees. Or for lawyers or students, a tool that can find a specific clause in thousands of pages of text in seconds. Look, let's be real. Things don't always work perfectly the first time you build them. So let's quickly go over a couple of the most common hiccups you might run into and how to fix them.
So if the AI says it can't find anything, 9 times out of 10, you forgot to run those first 3 steps to actually load the data. If you get a connection error, just take a breath and double-check your API keys are copied correctly. And if it's still giving generic answers, you probably just forgot to add the vector store tool to the agent back in step 4. It's usually one of those 3 things.
And I'm not kidding when I say this. What you've just learned is a legit master-level skill in the practical AI world. This isn't just a party trick. This is a fundamental technique for building AI that actually solves real problems. And the payoff for doing this is huge. There are 2 massive advantages here. First, data privacy. Your sensitive company info stays right where it is. It's not being used to train some giant global model. And second, you get extreme accuracy. The answers are grounded in your documents, which means you can finally say goodbye to those dangerous AI hallucinations. So if there's one thing to take away, it's this. You now have the blueprint to give any AI a specialized, custom brain. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is the here and now of practical, high-value AI. And that really brings us to the most exciting question of all. Now that you know how to build an AI that can learn anything you give it, what are you going to teach it first?